The title of this video is Everybody is Right and Doing It Right, and that you are not wrong, and by extension, nobody is wrong. And I want to share a story to go with that to make it more tangible. But I want to just elaborate on the title first. Everybody is right and doing whatever they're doing in the right way from the way that they're looking at the world. See, it's very easy to blame ourselves or to point the finger outside and say, that's not good, that's not right. But what I want you to see that no matter what is happening, everybody is acting in the right way according to the way that they are observing the world. Right? So even if I look back and say that I should have done that yesterday, from the way the world appeared to me yesterday, what I did was the best I could have done, given my capability, given my ability, given my emotional state, given my human state, and given the way that I was observing the world. And it's very easy to point a finger at the past and say, I should have, I should not have, or to point a finger outside and say, you should or they should not, all of that. But what I want to highlight is that nobody is wrong. Nobody is doing it wrong. Nobody is doing whatever that they're doing wrong. Everybody is taking the right action. Everybody is taking the appropriate action from the way the world appears to them. And we have no idea what is going on in somebody's world, right? In the actual world, circumstances, events happening outside, but also in their internal world, what they are dealing with. And everybody is doing the best that they can from the way the world appears to them. So it's not about right and wrong. And so many times that we use these words, what is right, what is wrong, what is appropriate, what is correct, what is not the appropriate way, is this the right, or what should we do, what should somebody else do? What I want to highlight is that it is not about right and wrong. It is only and it is always about different ways of looking at the world. And as human beings, we all look at the world differently, and which is not like a bug, which is a feature, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a powerful thing that we look at the world differently. Otherwise, there would have been no progress that we have had as a species. And it's never about right and wrong. It's always about different ways of looking at the world. And two different ways of looking at the world leads to two very different kind of actions, two very different kind of behaviors. And both of these behaviors and actions might be very different and very easy to judge from the other side. Those actions might even be opposite to each other, but they are right. They are both right from the perspective of the one taking those actions. See, even with the same situation, two people can take totally opposite actions. And it's very easy to look from one of those perspectives at the other person and say, you are wrong, this is wrong, this should be better, this should not be doing that. What I am trying to say or communicate here is that if you step outside of any individual perspective, you can simply see that everybody is right. There is nobody wrong, you are not wrong. Everybody is doing what they're doing, which is totally aligned, totally in harmony with the way they are looking at the world, with the way that the world is appearing to them. So now let me share a story which will make it very practical, which will make it very evident. So I was coaching a leader who has grown quite fast in the last few years, right? And it's not uncommon for leaders to really accelerate their growth part when they hit the right momentum. And as a result, they are now leading a project where one of their team members in the project is someone who has more experience than them, someone who is earlier on the same level as them, and who even mentored this person, like the person that I am coaching. They have somebody in their team who mentored them when they joined that company. But now for this project, this apparently senior, this apparent mentor is just one of many in the team. And my coachee, she feels like this person could do better. That's her understanding, that this person is not performing or can do something better in their performance, in their behavior to help the team. And the problem that she came to me was that she was unable to get the project to succeed or to work because of this person. And when I asked her, how was she holding this senior person accountable, right? This person who mentored her, who helped her when she joined the company. I asked her that how is she holding this person accountable in this project? She told me that she is not holding this person accountable. And she told me that she could not do that, that this is not her place to do so, because this person, there is a lot of respect there. And she asked me, how can she do that? Like, how can, like, after the impact that this person has had on her growth in the last few years, and especially in the early years in the organization, how can she point a finger? How can she hold somebody accountable? How can she demand a better performance or something like that? So she is not taking action which she needs to take in her role to succeed, and because of which she's not happy, the team is not happy, and obviously the project, the work is not moving as fast as it could, and it is creating an impact for the organization. And she not taking action is not wrong, is not bad, is not like she should do something. What she told me is that she cannot take action, right? So she sees this person as a mentor, as somebody senior, and she doesn't see that this is her place to hold somebody accountable, or how can she even do that, right? That was her response to me, that she cannot do that. Like, it was a very black and white. And I wanted to see that as a trap, right? There is no way out of it. There is no coaching possible. There is no there is no breakthrough as long as you see like that you cannot do that, and that is something which is what you need to do for that project. So there is no way out of it. That is a trap. And it's very easy to judge now this person, my coachee. It's very easy to say that what she is doing or not doing is wrong, right? And that she should be doing that. It's very easy to say that, right? When she talks to her peers, when she talks to her team, it's very easy, very evident for everybody that she should be doing that, and she is not doing that. And because of that, either she is not courageous, she is not accountable, she is not responsible for the team, and she is selfish or whatever, right? We can use all of these statements. And to come back to the title of the video, whatever that she is doing or not doing is not wrong. It is actually right. It is right from the way she is observing the situation, that this is a senior person, this is a mentor, I have to be respectful, and it would be wrong to challenge this person. So in her mind, the way she is looking at it is that it would be wrong to challenge this person or to hold them accountable. So her behavior, her action of not doing that is actually the right thing from her perspective. See, it's very easy to step out of that perspective and look at it like from my perspective or anybody else's perspective and say, okay, you should be doing that. This is not right. But it is very important to see that from the way that she is observing the situation, from the way that she is looking at the situation, what she is doing is actually the right thing. She is doing the right thing. But that is a trap, right? Given her responsibilities now, given her accountabilities now, that is a trap. There is no way out. So while her actions are exactly aligned with the way that she is looking at the world, they are not helping her. And no matter how many strategies, no matter how many books, no matter how many techniques she learns about holding somebody accountable or having tough conversation, this way of looking at the world will not allow her to be effective in doing what was required at that point. So I simply asked her, and she's a very smart person, right? She has grown massively in the last few years. So I asked her, could there be a different way of looking at the world? So instead of looking at like, what should I do? Because that was a question that she had, and that was a question that many people have when they reach out to me. What should I do? The question that I asked her was that, could there be a different way of looking at the world, at looking at this project, at looking at this situation, at looking at this person, or at looking at this team, this project, this like holding accountable, that whole way that she has been looking at the situation. She's a smart person. So she quickly saw that the way that she is describing is not the only way that the world is. Like, it's not the only way the situation is. It's just her perspective. It's just how she is observing what is happening from her vantage point. So she quickly said that, yeah, it is not true that this is a difficult situation. She could see that this was just one of the perspectives. So instead of working on what should I do, I I took a step back, we slowed down, and we first of all agreed that this is the way that you're looking at the situation, and what you're doing is not wrong. Because she came in with like, I'm not strong, I'm not courageous, I can't do that. She came in blaming herself for a lack of performance, because even she knew what was required to be done, but in her perspective it was wrong. It was not the right thing, or it was not her place to do that. And when we stepped back, when we slowed down, she simply said, yeah, it's not true that it is a difficult situation. It is not true that this person will not appreciate her feedback, or it is not true that she might get into a conflict, or it is not true that this is the right way, or it is not true that like that she cannot hold somebody who had been a mentor accountable. And the only thing that she then told me is that the only thing that she can say with any confidence is that she has no idea what will happen. If she goes out and challenge this person, hold this person accountable, that doesn't mean it's a tough conversation. That doesn't mean it will lead to a conflict. That doesn't mean any of the things that she was fearing from her perspective, that I cannot do that. That's not my place. The only thing that she could say with confidence is that she doesn't know what will happen if she does that. And I asked her again, right, what could be some other ways to look at this situation? And being a smart person, she simply said that, yeah, this could be a great opportunity for her, as well as the other person, as well as the senior person who mentored her in the past. This could also be a great opportunity for not just her, but also this person and also their entire team to actually learn, to actually grow, to become better professionals, and to do and learn and fulfill whatever that role required for not just my coachee, but also other people in the team. So remember, the first time that she came to me, this was a tough situation, right? I'm stuck. I have no idea. And now when I asked her what could be another way of looking at the situation, she herself said that this could be a great opportunity for growth. It might, if she's unsure, the only thing she can be sure that she doesn't know what will happen. But this could be a great opportunity just as much. This could be like a tough conversation coming up. This could be a great opportunity not just for herself, but also for this mentor. Maybe the best way that she can actually help herself and as well as her previous mentor is by holding that person accountable. And maybe that person will appreciate that rather than fight back, or rather than that leading to a conflict. And another realization that she had, that no matter what happens, right, either way, whether this happens or the other thing happens, whether the person appreciates that or doesn't appreciate that no matter what happens, she can find a way, because she has grown. She has shown promise in her role in the last couple of years, because of which she is in this privileged position of leadership to lead a project of this size, which is not trivial, which was not going to happen just a few months ago, let alone a few years. And that shows that no matter what happens, even if it leads to a conflict, even if it leads to a tough conversation, she can still find a way. And she saw that whatever lies at the other side of this conversation of holding that person accountable or asking them to step up, it cannot be worse than the vicious cycle that she is now trapped in. And only because of how she is looking at the world, right? So the vicious cycle was not because of all the situation. The vicious cycle was because of the way that she was looking and creating the situation in her mind. Because we are all trapped in our own mind, in the situation, not objectively about like whatever we think is happening on the ground or with the people in front of us. It's whatever that we are observing, that we are thinking about those situations and about those people. And just by engaging in that process of questioning and slowing down and saying what could be a different way, she herself saw that it cannot be worse than the trap that she is already trapped in. And not because of that was a trap, but because that was the way that she was looking at the world. The question that I would ask you is that what is that vicious cycle that you're trapped in? Because we are all trapped, and we are always trapped, especially when we are not making progress, when we are struggling to produce results that matter to us, and when we see a repetitive pattern of not making progress after a while. There is always a vicious cycle that we are trapped in. It's always easy to point the finger at somebody else or even at yourself and say, I should be, I'm not this, I'm not that. But to simply see what is the cycle that you're trapped in. If you can slow down, take a step back, then you can re-enter, you can re-engage with a different point of view without making yourself or anybody else wrong. See, realizing my own vicious cycle doesn't make me wrong, doesn't make me weak, doesn't make me less capable, doesn't make me less worthy as a leader, as like for success or anything else. It only makes me human, right? And everything that I have done in my life, even though I have realized multiple vicious cycles that I was trapped in, sometimes for decades, and this is a realization which every leader goes through at multiple times when they are chasing growth, is that everything that you have done is not wrong or is not a proof of you not being worthy or capable. It is simply everything that you have done is simply has been the result, an exact result of acting in a way which is consistent with the way that you have been observing the world. And the same holds true for you. The same holds true for anybody that you do not agree with. The same holds true for anybody you think is wrong. The same holds true for anybody you think is not capable or is not worthy or is not whatever. You are not wrong. They are not wrong. Right? It is the truth for anybody else. As much as it is for you. That there is no wrong, rightness. There is no less capable, more capable. There is no worthy, not worthy. There is no less courageous, more courageous. Everybody is doing the right thing from the way that they are looking at the world. And if we can step back, instead of working at what should I do or trying to change the world, which is never in our control, if we can step back and say, okay, how am I looking at the world that this situation is appearing challenging, or I am not making progress despite various attempts? If I can just step back, slow down and say, how might I be looking at the world that I am stuck in a cycle here? Immediately the next question is, what could be some other way of looking at the world that can help me progress? And suddenly when you change the way that you're looking at the world, when you become aware, it's like an aha moment and forward progress, right? Once you get this, forward progress becomes so much easier, and irrespective of the outcome, right? Whether that conversation leads to like a pleasant conversation or a conflict, irrespective of the outcome, life becomes peaceful and joyful because suddenly nothing else has changed on the outside, but your view of the outside world is completely different. So your life totally changes once you see the trap that you are in, and once you can shift your perspective, your way of observing the world, your life completely changing. Not because something in your life has changed, because the way that you are looking at the life has changed. Everything will appear different. New actions will become possible. New emotional states like peace, joy, happiness, progress will become possible. Not because the outside circumstances have changed, but because you have changed and the way that you're looking at the world has changed. And because nothing sucks happiness, nothing sucks joy, nothing sucks peace more than thinking that you are wrong. Like more than thinking that I am wrong, or you are wrong, or this is wrong, or that is wrong, or the situation is wrong, or I should be like this way, or you should be like this way, or my boss, my team, my company, the society, the world should be like this. Nothing sucks joy, peace, and happiness than thinking that there's something missing in me, there's something wrong with me, that I'm not worthy, or there's something wrong with somebody else, and somebody else is not in the right place, or nothing sucks joy more than that. And when you can shift your internal perspective, even if you might not get the external results that you're going for, first of all, you will see that life becomes so much easier. The forward progress that you have been resisting so far becomes so much easier. But even if that does not happen, your quality of life, the peace, happiness, and joy in your life will go up so much more, because you're not fighting that I am wrong. You're simply saying, okay, how am I looking at the world that this is appearing wrong, that this is the outcome, that this is the result that I see, that this is what I see. And if you can simply shift that, instead of trying to change the whole world and trying to change yourself, then irrespective of the results, you will see that your life will become more peaceful and joyful. So once again, nobody is doing it wrong. Everybody is doing it right from the way that they're looking at the world. Thank you.